Welcome to Flashback Flicks. Today, we're diving into Transformers 1, the story that takes us back to Cybertron's beginning. Before the Autobots and Decepticons brought their war to Earth, Optimus Prime and Megatron were allies. This movie reveals how their bond was shattered, setting the stage for the epic battles we know from the live-action films. Join us as we explore the origins of a legendary rivalry right here on Flashback Flicks. The story begins on Cybertron, specifically in the Icon City, where a minor bot named Orion Pax dares to sneak into an abandoned building. Inside, he uncovers an archival recording that reveals the planet's origin. The first Transformer, Primus, used his own being to forge Cybertron, and from its core emerged many Transformers, including the legendary 13 Primes. The Matrix of Leadership, a powerful artifact, was created but has been lost to time, leading to a severe energon shortage. As Orion absorbs this knowledge, two towering Transformer guards spot Orion sneaking around, forcing him to bolt. He weaves through the city's narrow streets, but the guards close in and blocking his way. Just then, a bot accidentally collides with the guards with its cart while they argue with it. Orion got just enough time to slip away undetected. The cogless bot, D-16, brings his cart onto the train with Orion hiding inside. Orion and D are best friends, but D is unhappy with Orion for risking his life to gather information about the Matrix, especially with Sentinel Prime already searching for it. D idolizes Sentinel Prime, the leader of Cybertron, though his true hero is Megatronus Prime. The two bots head to work, where they and other bots are made to mine energon. The group is led by the Alita. She leads them to the tunnel, where miners start drilling but a part in the mine gets hit, which triggers an unstable reaction. The bots start to head out of there, but Orion and D stop to help another fellow miner, whose leg gets trapped under rubble, even though Alita told them to not stop for anything. The two manage to save Jazz and get themselves out of the mine before it caves in. She scolds them for not following orders and they might get her fired because of that. Just then a high-ranking Transformer named Darkwing fires Alita for not following the protocol. Orion talks back to Darkwing and almost gets punched, but D punches Orion for Darkwing, and Darkwing returns the favor by punching him. He is annoyed, but Orion later thanks him for having his back. Little while later, Sentinel Prime broadcasts a message to Icon City as he is searching for the Matrix of Leadership to revive the flow of energon. He also reminds everyone of the upcoming race for the next day. At night, Orion proposes to D that they enter the race, but D thinks that they are better off where they are at. The next day, Orion and D head to watch the race, but Orion surprises D by showing off that he got them jetpacks so they can enter the race. D reluctantly joins him, and the two quickly get the attention of everyone watching, including Sentinel, as well as their fellow miners. After losing their jetpacks, the two improvise by boosting themselves back into the race using a thruster, and then taking advantage of the other Transformers getting pulled in by magnets. Orion and D run towards the finish line, only to get beaten by Darkwing as well as everyone else. D is mad at Orion for talking him into the race, fearing that they will get in so much trouble. Instead, Sentinel shows up to commend the two for putting on a show. He invites them to join him, only for Darkwing to throw them to a lower level, where they are demoted to smelting. There, they meet B, a chatty and eager bot. Orion and D find that B has a hidden distress beacon from Alpha Trion, one of the Primes. The beacon produces coordinates to the surface, where Orion believes that they will find the remains of the Primes, as well as the Matrix of Leadership. He convinces a reluctant D to join, while B is more than ready to get out of there. The three bots sneak past security as they board a train to the surface, but they are spotted by Alita, who follows them. While she is prepared to confront them, she joins them in awe as they see the world above the surface for the first time. A surge of energon causes the landscape to grow at a rapid pace, causing the bots' train to crash. The four start making their way forward, hiding from a ship belonging to the Quintessence, the longtime enemies of the Transformers. After evading capture, the bots come upon a cave containing the corpses of the Primes. Orion uses a small sample of energon to revive Alpha Trion. He awakens distraught to discover his brothers long dead, and the Matrix long gone. When Trion learns that the four work under Sentinel, he is quick to refer to Sentinel as a false Prime and a traitor. Using a recorded memory, Trion shows the four that the Primes battled the Quintessence in the war for Cybertron, only for Sentinel to betray them and align himself with the enemy to live like a king. After he killed the other Primes, Sentinel tried to take the Matrix for himself, but since the Matrix chooses who can use it, it deemed him unworthy and vanished from existence. After hearing noise, the four go outside the cave to find Quintessence ships descending to meet with Sentinel himself. He presents them with the harvested energon, but the quintessence leader nearly kills Sentinel for the low supply. D becomes enraged to learn the truth about Sentinel, because he was the one who idolized him most. He just wants to kill Sentinel and shows everyone how fake Prime he is, but he and other can't do anything because they are cogless bots, so they can't transform. Alpha Trion drops another bombshell, revealing that no one on Cybertron is born without transformation cogs. He explains that Sentinel must have taken the transformation cogs from each of the bots to prevent them from taking on their more powerful forms. Trion then gives Orion, D, Elita, and B the cogs of the other primes, officially making them Transformers. As they take their new forms, Sentinel's goons finds them, so Trion asks them leave and reveal Sentinel truth to everyone. While Trion holds them back in his beast form to fight them before Arachnid overpowers him. The four bots try to get the hang of their new powers while evading more goons. After getting to safety, D takes the charge and vows to make Sentinel pay for his crimes by killing him. Meanwhile, Arachnid brings Trion before Sentinel, who taunts the fallen Prime over the deaths of his brothers. Trion calls Sentinel a traitor once again before he executes Trion. He then sends Arachnid to find the bots. Orion tries to talk D down from his anger. With the recorded memory on hand, he hopes that they can show proof of Sentinel's treachery to Icon City, but D refuses to follow any leader ever again. Moments later, they, plus B and Elita, get captured. They awaken to find themselves with the Cybertronian High Guard, led by Starscream and his top guards Shockwave and Soundwave. They have been in hiding from Sentinel, for which D calls them out on. Starscream takes his challenge and fights D, only to get overpowered and have his voice box damaged. D then rallies the rest of the High Guard to look to him as their new leader so that they can come out of hiding and destroy Sentinel once and for all. Arachnid, joined by both Sentinel's troops and Quintessence ships, locate the bots in the High Guard, launching an aerial attack. The bots go into battle, now utilizing their newfound Transformers weaponry, but D and B are among the captured prisoners after Sentinel's forces lay siege to the hideout. The recorded memory has also been destroyed, leaving them without their proof. Orion feels responsible for what has happened, but Elita talks him out of his feelings to inspire him to return and get help. Orion gathers Shockwave, Soundwave, and the remaining High Guard to go back to Icon City. The prisoners are brought before Sentinel. D wastes no time in letting his former hero know what he thinks of him now. Sentinel tries to knock D down, but he refuses to kneel and gets back on his feet. Sentinel then sees the image of Megatronus Prime that D keeps, and he brands it onto his chest. Meanwhile, Orion make it to the mines after Orion knocks Darkwing's lights out. He then round up the rest of the miners, filling them in on Sentinel's betrayal and why they need to stop him the right way. The other bots cheer Orion on and follow him into battle. As the bots make their way into the city, they are spotted by Arachnid. The hero bots fight Sentinel's forces while he takes on his final winged form to battle Orion and D. Elita fights Arachnid until she manages to subdue her and bring her with B to a tower, where they broadcast her memory logs and show Sentinel admitting to his crimes. The city quickly turns on him, and in his distracted state, D attacks him and prepares to strike the killing blow. Orion stands in his way to try and talk him down again, but D is too far gone to back down. He raises his gun arm and fires a shot at Sentinel, but Orion takes the shot, dealing a heavy blast to his body. D grabs Orion before he falls down a deep chasm, only for his eyes to glow red and declare that he is done saving him. D drops Orion down the hole in front of B and Elita before proceeding to tear Sentinel in half and ripping out his cog, which he in turn stole from Megatronus Prime. D addresses his followers by his new name, Megatron. Orion falls deeper and deeper until he goes nearer to the planet's core. A beam of light pulls him closer, and Orion is met by the spirits of the 13 Primes, as well as Primus himself. For his sacrifice, they have deemed Orion worthy of inheriting the matrix of leadership and being the one to bring back Cybertron. Thus, Orion Pax is reborn as Optimus Prime. Megatron is joined by Shockwave, Soundwave, and the other High Guard in laying siege to the city and tearing down Sentinel's monuments. B and Elita make an effort to fight them off, while Optimus rises from below more powerful than ever. The former friends battle it out, until Optimus uses his swords to destroy Megatron's guns. Optimus banishing him and the High Guard from the city after they tried to destroy it and hurt innocent bots. While Optimus is sad that his best friend is now his worst enemy, he leads alongside Elita and B to restore the flow of energon to Cybertron, and return to the miners the transformation cogs that Sentinel stole from them. They form the team of Autobots to defend Cybertron, while Megatron turns the High Guard into the Decepticons, with the goal of taking over Cybertron and getting revenge against Optimus. That's a wrap on Transformers 1. As Orion becomes Optimus Prime and Megatron rises, the battle for Cybertron heats up. If you enjoyed this recap, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Flashback Flicks for more epic movie adventures. See you next time.